Mike. I'm Margaret Tarantino, remember? And this is our house, 412 Vista Way. And they've remodeled it, of course, but I just want to wish you a happy 70th birthday. And I remember you working on my car. I think it was my Volkswagen bus, possibly my Bugs. I don't remember now, but I ended up marrying a mechanic, so I don't have to worry about the car stuff. Anyway, happy birthday and hope you have a great day.
Hi Mike, it's Carol George, also known as Chelsea George, and I'm here at 432 Vista Way, my childhood home. You know, basically there's still no traffic on this street. It's pretty amazing. Remember when we used to play baseball and everything in the street, or tag or whatever, you know, and we would just have to yell car, you know, if, you know, a random car came by. And your house is just down the street. We're going to show all the neighborhoods soon. I got Margaret here with me. And I'm so excited you're turning 70 and we're in touch again. So I'll be in Mexico this December, but we'll do a Vista Way reunion maybe in January when it's cold in Oregon. We'll see, okay? But thanks, Callie, for putting this together.
Hi, Mike. This is Roy. Just wanted to wish you a happy 70th birthday, and hope you're keeping warm up there where you are. I'm sure I prefer to be down here where it's slightly warmer today. But anyway, I hope things are going good for you, and I hope to see you soon, whether up there or down here, and we can get together and talk. So anyway, have a good one, and see you sometime in the future.
Great, thanks. There. That's the old homestead. Hey Mike, you remember this house? It's changed a little, different color, and got a handicap van out there, solar on the roof. And our backyard looks totally different now. You might be able to remember what it looked like from the video I posted of April and a bunch of us playing in the backyard together. This is the Lukasics next to us, Bill and his two older sisters. Margaret remembered that Bill made a scary Halloween house in the backyard, probably in that playhouse. This is the Goodlet's house. The mom was Joan and the kids were Danny and Sandy. Neighbor kids used to ride on the hood of her car, but my dad never let me. And here's the most important part of the tour, the Koenig's house. Remember you had a nice lawn there on the side of the house, and you just put the pool in. They use that as a driveway. They have a lot of big cars and trucks. I think they must work in construction. I don't know the owners at all. Here's the front door of your old house. Next door to yours. And there's the backside. I see a child structure in the back. This is Alvarado Court. You can see the Lord's house now has a second story. Mark's cousin bought it and they still live there. You know, Mark Lord died of non-Hodgkin lymphoma early in 2020, just as COVID was starting, so they didn't have the memorial until this year. I got to see Skeets and Mindy for the first time in years. There's the Garwood's house. I'm in touch with Cindy. There's the Millers. They had John Miller Real Estate, and his wife Susan just died recently. I don't remember who lived there, but they have a second story added. And this one, they always had the name in the rocks there, but I forget what the name was. I also don't think they had kids. And then the corner house was the Hankies. And Cindy and Lana Hankey have passed away, but little Gina, I think, is the only one left. Or maybe she's gone and Cindy's gone. Okay, so that was the Hankies. I don't know who lives there now, but they have kids and a dog. And that's the Meinigers. They always kept it really nice, but I miss the grape steak and the roses. That was really pretty. Scott and Cindy Main lived in this house when it was just one story, and then they moved down to our end of Vista Way and then out to Bonita. Oh, I think the Becerras rented this house for many years.
Oh, before the one
Before Corte Maria, yeah. Because they were next door to the Bodkers, and the Bodkers had 4 boys, and the Becerras had the 4 girls. This is next door to the Bodkers. This was a Japanese family, and they really kept the garden nice, and the house is still nice, so I don't know if they still own it or someone else. But here we are at the corner of Hilltop and Vista Way. It's quite a busy street these days. There's El Rancho Vista, the Winnington's house. We're on El Rancho Vista here, and this was the Coleman's second house. Johnny was in my grade, and what was his older sister? Ruth Coleman. Yeah.
Ruth and Mary.
I've never liked big corner lots. This was the Winningtons. It's about an acre, and all you're doing is landscaping for the public. Remember, Susan had older brothers. You might have known them, Mike, but they were much older than me. They had a Jeep, and we'd go out to the canyons. There's the Fauchet's house. Gary still lives there. Margaret was talking about really liking the Fauchet's house and said Walt Disney's brother might have lived there before. I didn't know those people. If you don't have kids, we don't know you, right? I don't know if all these houses have kids.
Well, maybe all the kids couldn't play with us because we were so wild.
Speak for yourself, Margaret. Margaret knew Mary Ellen Lazinski, who lived in this house, and Marcia came to our last Vista Way reunion, but she died a few days after, very unexpectedly, and I'm not sure what they did with the house, but a new family is living there now. I've never known anyone who lived in that house. I don't know, they must have not had kids. But we're coming up on the Pasamontes house. I think my dad could have carpooled with their dad, but it was Beth, Jim, and Lisa Pasamonte. I've chatted with Lisa on Facebook. Their house always looked nice. Georgia Ackerman's parents lived here, the Estes, and passed away, and the new people are nice. Ruthie Abadi married Don Brody, and they raised their kids in this house for a while. She became principal of Hilltop High School. This is the Smotherman's house, Roy's house. He and Ann still own it, and they have it as a rental, and nice family. They renovated it after their folks passed. That's the Dumain's house. I didn't know them well, but they lived there quite a while when I was growing up. This is the Miller's house. The Haberlines rented here for a while. This was owned by the Powers, and they rented to the Phelps and to the Mains. This was the Harris's house. They had been missionaries in Ecuador, and we used to go to a church service in their house. This was the Rush's house, and Mark and John, and then the parents were Dawn and John also, right? And so Dawn lived here a long time by herself, and then Mark and John bought her a place up in La Jolla near to them, and she passed away there.
It's actually the only house that has a fireplace.
Exactly. It was the model home, and they decided to put a fireplace on it. And let's see, I'm good buddies with Georgia Ackerman. Let's go ahead and go around the corner here. Yeah, I visit Georgia Ackerman quite frequently. She has her son Rick, and then the girls, Christy and Jen, live up in northern San Diego County. Georgia recently celebrated her 90th birthday. We went for her party, and that was very nice. Anyway, they filled in on that breezeway. Their original owners, I think it was 1956. These houses were built in 1956. Not sure about this corner one. These are more of the custom homes now.
This is the Cappuses.
Right, Jerry Kappas?
Kappas. Joan knows who lived in this house.
And it was Jerry Kappas, one of them, I think. No? Okay, take it right.
Remember, I'm not of this
era, yeah.
I was
How old were you when you moved to Vista Way?
11 or 12.
Oh, 11 or 12. Is this the Johnsons? Or the next one? Jeff Johnson. I thought it was this one, but it might be this one. Mike, you would remember. I think you would. Because you used to hang out with Jeff Johnson. He was your buddy. This house is across Hilltop from the Johnsons, and it was always very intriguing. This is continuing up from the Johnsons' house, back towards Vista Way on Hilltop. I didn't know any of these families. They were more custom homes, richer. I don't know if they had kids or not. But this next house was where I got caught when we were trying to peek in the witch's window. Margaret babysat for that guy, and he still lives there, which is very cool. But like I said, the rest of these houses, I really don't know them until you get to the Fauchets again on the corner of Vista Way. So we're going to go down Corner Maria a little bit, starting with the Tarantinos on the corner of Vista Way. The Whites, maybe you knew Chuck and Wayne, you know, they both passed away. And the mom is still there, Ann is still there, and her two daughters. I met up with them. This was Becerra's rental for many years, but I think the owners died and sold the house.
never knew the Sarahs rented because they took such good care of it.
Exactly, and they stayed so long term. But yeah, Mrs. Becerra just recently passed away. She was in her 90s. Did we know this family? I didn't know this family. Did you? No. No, keep going to the Trinkles. I don't know. The Trinkles had a bunch of kids. They might be younger than you guys. But Kathy Trinkle and Stephanie Trinkle, they're kind of around my age or a little bit younger. That's their house, the blue one. She's always taken very good care of it. And Mrs. Trinkle's still alive. She's about 97, I think. So she gets some caregivers. Okay, we can turn around. So this is heading back to Vista Way along Corte Maria. And these people really cemented their whole house in. Check it out. Lots of cars, lots of RVs. Margaret babysat for this family. I don't remember their name, but I remember that they had kids our age at one time. Now we're coming up on the Masseys. Do you remember Brian Massey? After they sold it, I think, there was a big drug bust, and this was empty for years. And then next door is the Mackenzies, where Paula Mackenzie grew up. And it's been a rental for quite a while. They have a pool, which April and I threw dirt clogs into. And here's the Abadi's house. And it was one owner until just not that long ago. And this couple bought it, and they've been re-landscaping. The Silveras owned this big mansion. Now it's a nursing home. Yeah, this was the Coleman's house for many years before they moved up in the world to El Rancho Vista.
They had a swimming pool.
That was the envy of everybody. I didn't get to swim in this pool much.
The pool filter used to keep my mother awake.
And she didn't like this Farmer John thing.
Yeah.
I remember she complained about him putting the garden there. After both their parents, Joe and Sophie, died, the kids, Margaret, Joe, and Andrea, sold this house, and new owner put this addition on, planted these palm trees, added this little fence. This is Corte Maria again. Back to the Abadi's house. That was Martin, Ruthie, and Letty, and their mom taught piano at their home. We could hear them from our house, and there's our house again. So that's the end of the tour. Happy birthday to you, Mike, and many more.